Good morning to everyone. So students, today's class we will see the Rysek model. What is Rysek model? Everyone must know. So in 1950, John Holland theorized that personality and work environment are measurable. So we may be wondering how personality is measurable. How do we measure the personality of a person? And that and how do we measure the work environment? So what is job satisfaction? When you have a passion for doing something and you are able to do that every day, like for example, if I have a passion for say photography and I'm able to take photographs every day and earn through that, so that will definitely lead to job satisfaction. So in the same way, what is your personality? How do you think? Whether you are a creative thinker, whether you are a team player, or whether you are a social person, whether you are an introverted person, whether you are a daydreamer, how to match your personality with the work environment, that is defined by Rysek model, and it is given by Holland's theory. So Holland's theory defines 6 basic personality types. So how many personality types are there? There are totally 6 basic personality types. So how do we classify this, match these personality type to the environment? That we will see. So one type is typically dominant. An individual's top 3 type in order make up the person's Holland code. So the goal is to match an individual's code or personality type with his or her career. Say for example, here I have a certain personality on one side. Say and I have a certain personality on one side, and here I have the job. So now I have to match the personality to the job. If I make a mismatch between the personalities, say 2 and 3 are matched, 1 and 3 are not matched. So if I mismatch, if a person's personality is mismatched, it does not match with the job that he or she is doing, then he or she will not have any kind of job satisfaction. So we need to match a person's personality with the job that he is going to see. So that is defined by Rysek. So basically, a person's nature can be classified as conventional. That means conventional people are organizers. Rysek are realistic are doers, investigative are thinkers, artistic are creators, social are helpers, and enterprising are persuaders. Alright. So some people will be doers by nature, some people will be thinkers by nature, some will be creators by nature, some will be helpers, some will be persuaders, and others will be organizers. Now, how we are going to match all these personalities to a proper job, to a proper work? Now, all these should be allotted a proper work or a proper job so that they can be happy in their life and have a successful career. That's more important, right? So we will see one by one. What are these people? Who are these people? Realistic people. Rysek model. First one, doers. So how do we define them? They like to work with their hands and focus on things in the physical world, and they use physical skills. That is, they like to repair and work with tools, machines, animals. Outdoor work is preferred. Now some of you may be belonging to this category. Whatever is given to you, you may look at it and try to dismantle it, try to see how it works, and you like to see an end product. And then they will prefer problems that are concrete, not abstract, and they want practical solutions. So what are the characteristics of these people? They are stable, assertive, they have good physical strength, at the same time they are practical. All right, so unless you have good physical strength, how would you be able to be a doer? You have to be a doer, and you have to be assertive in nature. So what does this map it to Holland topology? So let us check that. So these are realistic, practical, and frank nature lovers, and they are curious, self-controlled, ambitious, persistent, athletic, mechanical, thrifty, stable, reserved, independent, and systematic. So Holland has defined these people using all or most of these traits. All right, they are practical, frank, realistic, they are nature lovers, curious, self-controlled, ambitious, persistent, athletic, mechanical, thrifty, stable, reserved, independent, and systematic. Now, those who are students who are listening, you can think whether you belong to this kind of nature. So you will have to do jobs that are realistic. You are realistic people, and you have to choose jobs that will be suitable for you. So the next kind of people are investigative, that is they are thinkers. How do they behave? They tend to focus on ideas. They are good in thinking, so they will keep thinking and giving some ideas. They like to collect and analyze information. So now when you have to sit and think about something, you need to have some background information. They are also curious and definitely creative and original. Then they are task oriented, and motivation they get by finding out, analyzing, researching, and they tend to prefer loosely structured situation. Lots of rules and regulations will not allow them to think. Okay, whenever you want to think, if lot of input are given to you, it is very difficult for you to think. So they like to think rather than act. So the previous personality were acting, they were doing, putting into action. These people are thinkers, and their characters are mostly reserved, independent, analytical, and logic. So how do they fit in Holland topology? These are investigative, inquisitive, scientific, precise, cautious, self-confident, reserved, independent, analytical, and observant. Most of them are scholarly, curious, introspective, and broad-minded. At the same time, they are logical. So the next category are artistic, or they are creators. So they tend to focus on self-expression. They are more expressive through different kinds of mediums. They can express through materials, music, words, systems, and programs. So they are able to see possibility, because they are creators. They are able to see possibility in every kind of setting, and they are not afraid. They aren't, they are open to put their ideas into experiment. Whereas when you put them in structured situation in a systematic way, like this has to be done every day, then they feel like cramped, suffocated, and their creativity doesn't work in that situation. Okay, they deal with problem in, they have more intuition, expression, and they are more independent. And one of the major thing is that they are adverse to rules. We know, no, creativity ends where rules are imposed. Too many rules will definitely destroy the artist within everyone. Every one of us have some artistic nature, but when too much of rules are imposed on us, the artist inside of us usually fades away. So their characters are intuitive, creative, expressive, and unconventional. They work in unconventional settings. So how does this map to Holland topology? They are artistic, creative, imaginative, unconventional, independent, original, impulsive, courageous, complicated, non-conforming, intuitive, and innovative, emotional at the same time. They can express, they are sensitive, introspective, open, and idealistic. Okay. So the next category I think most of us can relate to are social helpers. Right? What do they do? They are concerned with people. They are like, too much of empathy they have, and they have good communication skills. They like to help, encourage, counsel, guide, train, facilitate. Like we people, we are in the teaching field, so all these naturally comes to us, and they were like working with group or individuals. So empathy is something, understanding somebody, being able to put their shoes and walk with them, ability to identify and solve problem. So value, cooperation, and consensus is important. They are more like, they work with feelings rather than practically logical thinking. More than that, they are more emotional, and they have feelings. They are more flexible to approach, and this includes humanistic, verbal, interpersonal, and responsible. Now how does it fit with Holland topologies? These kind of people are defined as social, friendly, idealistic, outgoing, cooperative, responsible, and kind, persuasive individuals who are patient and helpful, insightful, understanding, generous, forgiving, and empathetic. So this is where they fit in Holland typology. in out of the Rysek model, they fit in the social one. So the next ones are enterprising or persuaders. These are an interesting class of people who work with and who are mostly leaders, and delegating responsibility for financial gain. So these are being leaders, no? They are goal oriented and they want to see the result, and they function definitely with high degree of energy. If the leader doesn't have much energy, how is the team going to perform? And they prefer business settings and they want social events, and they make connections not just for socializing, see, purpose beyond socializing, for the gain of the institution or the organization where they work in. And they attack problems with leadership skills. They are good decision makers, and they are persuasive, confident. They demonstrate leadership in, they show more interest in having power and status. So where does this group fit in Holland topology? They are the enterprising, self-confident, socializable, enthusiastic, adventurous, impulsive, intuitive, inquisitive, talkative, spontaneous, assertive, persuasive, energetic, popular. These people are ambitious, optimistic, and they cannot be introverted. So they are obviously extroverted. So this is one of the important and one of the interesting personality. Many of us may be having this kind of a person. The last and most important type of people are conventional organizers. So how do they work? They pay a lot of attention to detail and organization. They prefer to work with data, particularly numerical, statistical, and record keeping. They have a high, they are responsible people. That's why they are able to follow the rules. And by applying rules, they can solve any kind of practical problems. And they see here, no, they are carrying out the tasks which is initiated by others. A leader must be there in position to give them the task. So whatever the leader tells them, so the leader, whatever instruction he gives, these people are able to exactly carry out. So they can be called as the followers. So the characteristics are, they are efficient, they have discipline, very good discipline, they are orderly. How do they fit in Holland's typology? They are conventional, well organized, accurate, numerically inclined, methodological, efficient, thrifty, orderly, structured, ambitious, persistent, conforming, practical, systematic, polite, and they are at the same time quite obedient. So this is one of the categories that falls into. So depending on your own nature, you can choose jobs that are satisfying to you. Could you be, do you belong to a conventional, so could you be an organizer, or do you like to take the leadership role, or are you an artistic person, do you work as a creator, so in investigative, all these things, are you a doer? You have to discuss, you have to think about what are your inborn qualities, and you have to choose a job that will suit your personality, so that you can work efficiently and have good job satisfaction at the same time. Thank you. We will meet in the next class.